Well, you
Oh,
got a backstory for Casca, but you didn't really get a backstory for any of the other characters.
That is true.
well, that's what I want to say. I didn't know how you guys wanted to go about this. If we just wanted to go character by character.
However you want, whatever
Oh, I'm
comes
down
up.
for that. I'm not. All
Well,
right.
when you said that, I just immediately thought of Judeau. Judeau is the unsung hero. He's my
Yes.
second favorite character in the series.
He was
No
actually the
question.
one I was thinking about for my background before I found this one. But
Yo,
like,
he's the homie. Like he kind of just seems like he's got everyone's back.
He's got this one quote. I forget exactly how it goes, but it's something to the effect of I figured that if I couldn't be the best, I would find the man who is and serve under him.
serve under him, yes.
Yo, he's such a great role player. I mean, I love his mentality.
Dude,
He was one of the last ones to go down. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers. You gotta
oh,
cut
well,
that
no,
one out.
we always spoil the show. It's all good.
Oh, well, spoilers. He was one of the last to hold his own during the massacre. I mean, and the way he went out, boss.
Dude, and he had like lots of like great kills throughout the show too, where he's just
Oh
throwing his
yeah.
knives and taking people out.
Oh yeah.
There was one of the first castles that they overtook. Like everyone's all celebrating, like they took the castle, and this guy's about like creeping around the corner with a crossbow, and Judo's like, "Hold up!" and he like takes him out, and then they just start celebrating again. He's like, "All right, proceed."
Judo is he's yeah, definitely my second favorite character of anybody in the show. And that's saying something because it got a lot of characters.
And he had that like fairy dust or whatever that he gave to Casca to help out Guts after he killed the 100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had like connections, he had badass kills, and he wasn't really like he really was down for helping out everyone in the band of the Hawk. He kind of saw it as a family, as a group, and he was trying to support everyone. He wasn't really like confrontational within the group. He kind of had everyone's best interest at heart.
He was the one dude I felt they shouldn't have let go. Or he should be like resurrected or some like
Yeah.
he like to what you guys said earlier, he had a backstory. Like he worked in the circus, I believe, or he was part of his own band of thieves, something like that. But uh, it felt like him finding the dust,
Sorry.
legal dust, and everything like that. Like
But
he had a backstory.
You thought he worked in a circus?
No, I think he.
well, see, no. And see, that's the thing though. It's like we can't really remember because they didn't go in depth with these
Yeah,
character stories.
he had his own like mercenary group that he was running with before the Band of the Hawk, but he wasn't like juggling or in a like
No,
circus.
he was from a circus group. It says I'm looking at his wiki now. He entered. Mind you, everybody, I've seen the show 5 times. I haven't watched it recently. Most recent is probably like
I think of
four or
like
5 months.
clowns and stuff when I think of the circus.
I'm reading the wiki. He says he entered the band of the Falcon as a tumbler from a circus group,
All right,
joining Griffith's then nascent group attracted by the White Falcon's charisma.
I stand corrected.
But look, but still though, they should have. We should have gotten more of his backstory, so you know exactly where he's coming from. They easily could have went into his past.
Well, the
And
circus, I mean, how many, like, you could definitely go into a backstory there. Like, how do you become a tumbler at a circus to a, like, assassin?
Well, it might have been different back there. There might have been like a band of like gypsies or something.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm sure he was still like a bandit of sorts because you saw how skillful he was. He couldn't have just picked that up on the fly.
well, the knife throwing would make sense if you worked as a tumbler in a circus. That's
Okay.
where the skill there would make sense. But he even goes, he says, like, I'm a master, I'm a what's the saying? A like skilled at many, but a master of none.
Yeah.
He
a
goes
jack
on
of
to
all
say,
trades.
jack of all trades. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
I even thought he was gonna let Guts go when Guts later on wanted to leave the Band of the Hawk. He was like, you got to let a man make his decision, pretty much. Where everybody else was like freaking out about him leaving. Like
mhm.
I just feel like he was the realest one in the show. He was like, yo, if Guts wants to go, I'll talk to him, just to see what's going on with him. But he said he wants to go. You gotta let him go.
He had the wisdom for the entire band. He was the most logical one.
Yeah, I agree with that. If it weren't for Guts like taking on 100 enemies at once, Judo might even be my favorite character.
That is true.
I think that's the moment where Guts ultimately like changed the most. A combination of that, and then when he heard that Griffith was saying that the man who is his friend has to like be his equal in every regard.
that's what to me that was a turning point when Guts heard that he
Mhm.
started questioning everything, and everything is just like a accumulation of him hearing that conversation.
And then that was his very next battle, is where he had to take on those 100 guys, and he was kind of just thinking like, what am I even doing right now? Like, why am I in this situation?
Yeah, if you look at the opening for the continuation, like the CGI anime, that I think that's like a scene, and then obviously like the overhearing the conversation with Griffith is like a scene.